Hello and welcome back to Curb FM and another episode of the Newcastle Takeover on Football Manager 2018. And today we have two games for you. We have firstly going up against hopefully a winnable game against Huddersfield, and then we take on a slightly more challenging task against Liverpool later on in the episode. Last time we played Huddersfield though, they did beat us, I think it was 2-1 if I remember rightly. Yeah, it was. That was away. So hopefully we have the home advantage today, and that hopefully gives us the edge. And the last time we played Liverpool, we beat them 5-1, and that was at home. This time we're away, so they've got the home advantage this time. So it's going to be an interesting episode anyway. Recently, the form has not been great since the last episode. Obviously, we had that big comeback against West Ham to shoot ourselves up back into 7th in the table. But since then, it hasn't been great. We lost in the cup to Arsenal, which I'm okay with. It gives us time to focus on the Premier League. And then we beat Swansea at home 4-2, but unfortunately Stefano Sturaro, arguably our best player, who is improving massively whilst banned, got himself sent off in that game, and he's been out, and he got a 4-match ban, so he's just been out for ages. And since then our form's dropped. It really does show that he is the rock of this team. But yeah, then Chelsea came to St James's Park and beat us 2-0. And then we drew with West Brom, which wasn't too bad considering we were losing 1-0 73 minutes in after a Chris Brunt penalty. Mitrovic came off the bench to get the equaliser, although the substitution happened before their goal, so I don't know whether that's a super sub, but nonetheless he got the goal. And then somehow we lost 4-0 to Stoke away from home. Berahino getting 2 and Shaqiri getting 2. So that has triggered a tactical change, and today is the first time that we're going to be testing this one, and I don't think there's a better time to do it than against Huddersfield. Hopefully a team that we can really express ourselves against, and it is an attacking formation. We're going to be looking to create chances. We've got attacking team instruction on. We're playing a higher tempo, very fluid team shape. We're pushing up a higher defensive line. We're working the ball into the box. We're looking for the overlap. We're going to be more expressive. We're basically just going to go for it today. We've got 2 attacking fullbacks, and you might notice a little name there, Davide Santon, making his return to the club at left back today. We signed him for 7.5. I think it was like 4 million up front, 3.5 over like 2 years or 3 years. And then if he makes 50 appearances for the club, we're going to give them another 3 million. So it comes to 10.5 overall if the transfer is successful. Hopefully he does get a lot of games, but that gives us some room maybe to sell him before the 50 games if he doesn't establish himself as a good player back in the squad. But I think he's going to do well. I think that's a player that had a lot of potential last time he was at Newcastle. Of course, he left in 2015 for Inter Milan, and since then he's not really played for them, so he's going to return to Newcastle. He used to be a regular starter, and he was a player that I liked. He probably could have done better in his time, but a player that had a lot of potential, and I feel has wasted potential, and it's a shame really. But yeah, he's going to be back in the starting lineup ahead of Haidara now, and we've sold Paul Dummett, who was the previous backup to Haidara, and we sold him for 6.25 million, so not bad at all. That pretty much pays off anything that we're going to be definitely paying for Santon. We also loaned out 4 players to our new affiliate Coventry, and they've been in great form since them loans. They've won 3 in a row, and they've shot back up to 8th in the table, and now they're in a playoff push. So hopefully they can get into League One, and that'll help our players develop as well, because we can send better players down to get first team football, and it's a win-win for everyone really if they get promoted. Jacob Murphy, who was sitting in the reserves, has been loaned out to Burnley as a rotational player, so hopefully he can get a few games there, more than he would for us. And Freddie Woodman, the young goalkeeper, homegrown, he's gone out on loan to Nottingham Forest and should be making his first start today. And also in the last bit of notable transfer news, we've brought in James Wilson from Manchester United on loan, a player I really like in Football Manager. And if you watched the series last year, he was the star in the Championship, and he was doing quite well in the Premier League as well. He's got great stats all around, acceleration to get ahead of the defence. He's got that pace, he's got good finishing at 15, good composure at 14, decent first touch at 13. Everything you really need for a poacher, and hopefully he can develop. There is a clause to buy him if we feel that he is worth signing, and I think he probably will be eventually. We'll see how he does this year, and if it's anything like last year, then we will be buying him, and that is a 2.5 million release clause there. We've also called up a couple of players from the under-21s that were previously out on loan for the first half of the season, starting with Adam Armstrong, another player that we saw a lot of in Football Manager 2017, and he was doing amazingly in the Premier League for us this year. He's got the same stats pretty much. His report says he's League 2, but I completely disagree. If you look at his report, he's missing quite a few mentals, but technically and physically he is quality. We're probably going to have to work on his strength. He doesn't really need jumping. Maybe his balance as well could improve, but he's only 20 years old, so he's still got time, and he's currently being tutored by Dwight Gale, pretty much like for like player, and hopefully he can help improve his mental stats and hopefully improve him as a player. And lastly, the last call up is Sean Longstaff, apparently the player with the most potential at the club, so it's definitely worth calling up. He was out on loan in League 1 for Blackpool. He wasn't having a great time, so we thought we may as well bring him back and develop him at the club, and hopefully he can reach his potential. And he's going to be starting on the bench today. So we're going to go with Perrin, Yedlin, Lascelles, Clark and Santon in the defence. We've got Hayden, Marino and Maitland-Niles starting ahead of Shelby today. Shelby hasn't been playing well recently. You can see there in the last 5 games, 6.58, and Maitland-Niles is going to step in for him. Ayoze Perez and Diame are going to play behind the striker. And then we've got poaching up front, Adam Armstrong. One of the main problems that we've been having recently, as you can see here, I've put this stat on this screen, shots on target per 90 minutes, and look at this, 1.67, 1.26, 1.18. It's just not good enough. How are we only creating one shot on target for each striker? I don't know. So we're going to have to be creating some more chances. So I think this tactic really helps that. We've got a solid cover for the defence with 2 defensive midfielders. We've got an attacking playmaker in the middle, and then we've got 2 people behind the striker. And we're going to be looking to pass it into the space and hopefully play some through balls to Armstrong, who can finish, hopefully. So yeah, let's get into it with all that out of the way. And let's try and get the win over Huddersfield. And with a win, and anything above a draw today would put us against Watford, hopefully, because they play Chelsea, and I'm expecting Chelsea to win that one. So hopefully we go back up to 7th after this first game. So let's get into it. But hopefully we can create a chance early on. We're 3.5 minutes in. Hopefully this is our highlight. Hopefully we can win the ball back. But at the minute, Huddersfield are passing it around in the midfield, looking to attack with Gojia on that right-hand side. He's going to look for the pass, but Santon should have put the ball back there through to Palmer, into Guana, and it looks like it's offside. A big mistake from Santon there. Maybe should have got the tackle, but we're going to give him time. But now Armstrong plays it out to Yedlin. Can Armstrong get back in the middle? Niles across to Diame, into Perez, and he hits the post. Unlucky there. The Watford game is a later fixture, so we will not know the result of that until after the game, as Huddersfield take the corner and Diame clears, and now Low back in, but now we've won the ball back. Now Ayoze Perez, long ball up to Armstrong into the space like we asked. Can he find the assist? And probably took too long there. Maybe should have passed or had an attempt at goal, but he's won us the corner nonetheless. And Perez on the edge of the box. Smith with the challenge, but we've got it back now. Clark, Lascelles, and it's a foul there from Palmer, and we've got a free kick outside the box. It's not too far out. Can Marino get it on target? It's just wide. And now the corner for Huddersfield, again, straight to the outside of the box. And Tep's going to look for the effort. Palmer, and it's gone wide. Now Palmer again, bursting forward. We've seen a lot of the ball today. Santon clears it though. Can we get them on the counter? Perez finds Niles. Can he find the ball through to Armstrong? Armstrong picks it up. Over to Yedlin. Can he find the cross into Niles? And it's a goal. Come on, is that I think that's Niles' first goal for the club. And it is. What a goal from Niles there. I think that was first touch as well. The young lad that we signed from Arsenal, that we highlighted at the start of the season to have a lot of potential. The under-20 World Cup winner, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, gets his first goal for Newcastle United, and hopefully that is the first of many. He's came in to replace John Joe Shelvey, who is out of form, and it looks like the lad is using his opportunity to the maximum. And he's grabbed himself a goal. Hopefully we don't concede late on in this second half. And what a game so far. I'm delighted that Maitland-Niles has got a goal there. And we go into half-time 1-0 up. And we're not looking too good, but we have the goal, and that's what's important. The tactic, we're not really creating a lot of chances, which is what it was designed for. I saw like having more midfielders and one attacker and to provide more assists, but maybe we need more strikers again. So we are going to switch back to the tactic that we've been using throughout, but we will change this role to suit Maitland-Niles more on this left-hand side, and we're going to make it an attacking advanced playmaker rather than a supporting. The supporting was to suit Shelvey, but it looks like Maitland-Niles is making a claim to start the next game against Liverpool. So we're going to change the role to suit him for now. And we're going to keep Armstrong on. I want to show some faith in him. I want to give him the minutes. Hopefully he can have an impact today. And we're also going to bring on his tutor, Dwight Gale. And he's going to play on that right-hand side as an advanced forward. So the tutor and the student play up front together. Can we get a second goal to secure, hopefully, a victory? So just note that we're on 44% possession at half time. So hopefully that improves in this second half. And hopefully we create more chances as well. It's up to Armstrong. He's got two options in front of him. Gale probably should have won the header there, but Niles out to Yedlin. Niles involved once again. Yedlin with the cross into Ayoze Perez, and it's a good save. And it's another chance for Newcastle, it looks like. Up to Armstrong again. Back to Niles. The two youngsters linking up through to Gale. And Gale off the bench makes it 2. Well worked goal there. Let's watch the replay again. And Ayoze Perez brings it down up to Adam Armstrong. Back to Niles. Through to Hayden. Through to Gale. It's good to see Niles and Armstrong linking up. And Gale off the bench gets himself the second goal of the game. Now Santon up to Armstrong again. Can he link up with the striker? With Gale through. And it's a good save. Probably should have done better there. But Gale picks it up again. Can we get a chance for Armstrong in the box? Let's see what he can do. Now Ayoze Perez, can he box it? I thought he was going to box it across to Armstrong. He probably would have got a goal there had he got the chance. And now Perez, and hits it over the bar. Yeah, Adam Armstrong though on a 6.6. Not the greatest of performances, but we're going to stick with it. It actually has just gone up to a 6.7. But Perez with a 6.2 probably has to come off now. It's just not good enough. So, do we play Longstaff or do we bring on Shelvey? Longstaff, another youngster from the academy, homegrown Newcastle player, just got back from loan at Blackpool. Do we do it? Is it too much of a risk? We've got 23 minutes left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it until maybe 15 minutes to go. But for now, we're going to solidify the back line and we're going to bring on Mbemba for Santon, then drop Clark back to the left. And we're also going to switch Yedlin to defensive now. And we're going to turn off, exploit the right flank and maybe work it through the middle a little bit more. And then we can bring on Longstaff in a few minutes time, maybe in 5-10 minutes. And the time is ticking down though, so it looks like he's going to be on pretty soon. Yedlin wins the ball back. Now Gale through to Ayoze Perez. To Gale again. Can he get the shot away? And he has, but it's just gone wide after the keeper's save. And now the corner again. Now Armstrong, Perez. And can we get a shot away? Gale. He's offside. Okay, so we've got 15 minutes left. Is it time for Longstaff? Let's just see this highlight first. Maybe we can get a third and then we'll definitely bring him on. Now Marino up to Perez. Plays through. Adam Armstrong. Can he get a goal? And he has. What a finish. Absolutely blasts it into the bottom right corner. Adam Armstrong, get in. His first start in the league. this season. He was injured in the cup game against Arsenal, but he's grabbed himself a goal, and it's good to see that when he gets the opportunity, he takes it. And good ball from Ayoze Perez. The defender there was brought out of his defensive line, and Ayoze Perez took advantage of the space by passing it through to Armstrong. Good goal. And now we've got a free kick, and it's fumbling around in the box. But I thought that might have been a penalty there, but apparently it was a foul by us. And now Longstaff is going to come on for Perez. It looks like it's time. So we've got two new academy prospects on the pitch right now, Longstaff and Armstrong, and also Maitland-Niles, the youngster that we signed. So it looks like the youth philosophy that we talked about early on is in place right now. And that's something I've wanted to do with Newcastle. We don't really bring enough academy players through, and right now it looks like it's paying off with Adam Armstrong at least. And now Olsen to Palmer. Hayden wings it back in the middle of the park. Now Armstrong picks it up. Can he find the pass? He plays it simple to Clark. Cross from Clark, finds no one, but Gale gets it back into Armstrong. Oh, unlucky. That was a good save, to be fair. Now Clark with the cross again, and the keeper picks it up once more. And we've got 4 minutes left, and the time is just ticking down here at St James's Park, and it's a solid 3-0 win. It looks like, unless we can grab another late one. Closing down? No. What a second half there. We definitely played better in the second half, so the new tactic is probably going to be scrapped. But maybe we'll train it a bit more, or maybe tweak it a bit more. But for now, against Liverpool, we're going to switch back to the familiar tactic from the series. But Adam Armstrong, Dwight Gale and Maitland-Niles all getting a goal. So I think I know who's going to be starting in the next game. And I will say that we're very happy with the way we played. A great response to the recent lack of form. We've got a couple of match reports from the people on loan. Chuba Akpom getting himself another goal for Burton. How are they doing in the Championship? They're currently 20th. 5 points clear of relegation. That's pretty good. Still 16 games to go for them though. But hopefully Akpom can keep them up. That would be nice to see him doing a job there. And he's gaining plenty of experience in relegation battles, so he'll fit in very well when he comes back. But Coventry have moved themselves up into a playoff position in League 2. The former Premier League side getting a 3-1 win against Forest Green, with Smith and Gilead each getting an appearance, a goal for Gilead, and a good rating for Smith with a 7 and 7.8 for Gilead there. Two players that probably won't ever see the first team, but it's good to see them doing well for our affiliates and establishing them hopefully as a higher league team. Cov have good facilities, so that's why I chose them, and they're quite close to me, being really the biggest club near where I was born. At the time, when I was younger at least, Coventry were in the Premier League, and I used to go and see Newcastle play Cov away. So yeah, it's nice to have them as an affiliate. They've got good youth facilities, great training facilities. They were definitely the best option from the choices we had, and maybe we can get them to the Championship. That's another side goal, I guess. The other affiliate we have is Gateshead, the team across the river from Newcastle, a place where I lived for like 7 years or something. Recently moved across the river to Newcastle though, but they're right next to each other. And hopefully we can get them into the Football League. That would be nice. They're near the playoffs. Hopefully we can send them some more players next year and help them really push on. But yeah, let's get on with the Liverpool game, and I'll see you in a second. And today against Liverpool, we're going to be starting Perrin in goal. Yedlin is going to be at right fullback attack. Then we've got Lascelles and Clark in the middle, as always. And then on the left-hand side, a newly returning Davide Santon. Then in the middle, we have Marino as the deep line playmaker. Storaro makes a return to the first team after his suspension. And also notice there, it says dives into tackle. And I'm trying to get someone to stop him from doing that, but it's just not letting me ask anything from like player traits. So maybe I'm missing something, but hopefully we can tutor him to stop doing that. And also, I'm not sure if I've mentioned, but Storaro is actually tutoring Maitland-Niles. And you can see there that Maitland-Niles now dives into tackles too, and he's picked that up off Storaro. So hopefully we can get that off him too, and hopefully Maitland-Niles doesn't start getting himself suspended as well. The only player to ever have got a red card this season is Storaro, and he's got 2. So yeah, hopefully we can fix that somehow. Let me know in the comments if I'm missing something there. But yeah, in front of them, we've got Ayoze Perez. Then up front, we've got Armstrong and Gale, who both scored last time, as well as Maitland-Niles, who will be starting again today. And we've changed the role permanently to suit him now. It looks like John Joe may be on the bench for the rest of the season now, and that gives Maitland-Niles a great chance to develop. But I don't want to speak too soon. Maybe he's going to drop form. Maybe it was just a one-off, but we're going to see. And today we are at Anfield, so the atmosphere will be in favour of Liverpool, but hopefully our away support can do us justice and try and get behind the lads and encourage them to maybe get the victory today. But it's going to be tough because Liverpool are 5th, I believe, in the league. But Perrin holds a long shot there that was going pretty much nowhere. And now Perrin with the long kick up and Liverpool win it straight back. And now Mane looks for the cross into Lallana and it's 1-0 already, 8 minutes in. It's a good finish from Adam Lallana, good ball from Mane. Yep, today's going to be a tough one. It all came from that goal kick though. I'm sure I changed Perrin to short distribution, but again, maybe I didn't. But I'm going to have to take short kicks to the fullbacks, please, Matthias. And now they have got another corner. Cleared by Armstrong though, and straight back to them. Clavin into Mane. Now Coutinho looks for the cross, and it's a good effort from Henderson, but it has gone over the bar after hitting the bar, so it was a good effort. But Delight across to Alexander, over to Coutinho now. He looks to pass it across to Mane. Now Grujic across to Alexander in miles of space to cross, and Perrin holds it well. And there was no one really on the end of it anyway. And that's what we like to see. Across to the full-back for then Santon to give it straight back. Brilliant. Thanks, Santon. Yedlin wins it back, though, on this right-hand side. Can he find a cross? Clavin with a good challenge there, though. Now Grujic up to Coutinho. They're going to hit us on the counter. We've only got 3 back. Across to Lallana. And it's another goal for Adam Lallana, assisted by Philippe Coutinho. And we've been caught out there. Too many men forward. We only had 3 back just because of Yedlin on the full-back attacking role. And they've took advantage of that on that left-hand side of theirs. And Adam Lallana puts it away. Maybe if Yedlin could have got a cross in, that wouldn't have happened. Him trying to dribble past Clavin just didn't work. Maybe, I don't know. Do we look at improving his dribbling ability? He's currently only 11, so that's probably why he couldn't beat his man. His flair is only 8 as well. So not brilliant. But we do have the ball now. Santon on that left-hand side, we're passing it along the back. Can we get forward though? Yedlin once more. Now Marino plays it over to Gale. Can he use his pace? But Lovren beats him to it. And it's back to Karius. Can he slip up? Long ball up to Lascelles, and Niles brings it down for Marino, who heads it straight to Henderson, and this left-hand side is exposed once again. Sturridge to Lallana with the hat-trick. I think, just like in real life, in the recent game against Watford, teams are finding a way down that right-hand side of our defence after Yedlin pushes forward. It's a problem Newcastle have in real life recently, and it looks like it's coming across in the game too, as Liverpool go 4-0 up, 30 minutes in. I can't believe this. This time from a corner, Coutinho with the cross, Sturridge with the header, no one really marking him there. And to make it even worse, Adam Armstrong has picked up an injury, and it's an injury to the head. So hopefully he can maybe wear a bandage depending on what the injury is. Hopefully it's not concussion or anything like that. But we will bring on James Wilson in his place as the poacher. He's got the ability to. In fact, he could possibly even be better than Adam Armstrong. But we will be making that change now. Hopefully maybe he can grab himself a goal. I think this is the first time he's played on camera, so hopefully he doesn't get too nervous in front of a YouTube audience. Now Perez finds Gale. Can he play through Wilson? He probably should have passed there, Gale. Clark does well there to head it back to Perrin, though, to clear the danger. And now Santon. Across, well, he tried to get it across to Yedlin, but they've won it back, and Sturridge shoots, and it's gone over the bar. It does show the gulf in class between the top 6 and the bottom 13, I guess. But yeah, Sturridge is through again, and It's 5. I'm just going to skip the replay. Let's get this over and done with. Let's just get to the second half. Aggressively, I don't think I've spoke aggressively to the team yet. I'm going to say, show me something else in the second half. Is there a chance we could pull this one back? Let's not lose hope just yet. But we're going to switch to our counter-attacking formation. We need more men back. They're exposing our left-hand side. When we get Yedlin forward, we need... Yedlin really is being exposed, so we need some extra cover. And we're going to bring on Mbemba for Ayoze Perez. And then possibly leave everything else the same. Yeah, we will. We'll save our last substitution for later on in the game. So let's get into the second half. Maybe we can pull a couple of goals back to help our goal difference. Now Marino out to Yedlin. Can he beat his man this time? Finds Gale. It crossed into Wilson. Hits the post. He should have scored. And a free kick from Niles, and it's Lascelles puts over the bar. That's 2 chances now that we've missed in this second half. It's just not been good enough finishing wise either. Defence has been terrible too, and it's been exposed again. Clark gives it away to Sturridge, and he puts it wide. And we're still 7th though if we look at the table. Watford must have already played. I know that they drew with Chelsea in the game previous. I'm not sure what's happening with them this week. I haven't checked yet, so let's just have a look. We're playing late Sunday, so they played yesterday and drew with Stoke. Stoke are really starting to creep up the table now. They beat us, they've drew with Watford, and they've shown themselves as contenders for this 7th spot. And we've done well not to concede in this second half. Maybe we should have played this counter-attacking formation early on. And as soon as I say that, though, they have got a chance. Now Clavin to Henderson, across to Lallana, and through to Salah. Good save from Perrin. Probably should have held it, though. And time is ticking down, and it looks like it's going to finish 5-0. More importantly, 0-0 in the second half. So at least we've got a positive there. And we're probably going to have to play this tactic against the big teams from now on. I didn't think Liverpool would be this dominant over us, if I'm going to be honest. But I'm going to say that we were unlucky. We probably deserved to lose. But there's a few players that did do okay. Chancellor Mbemba came off the bench and did okay. Marino, Storaro with a 6.7. And our key man with the highest rating today was actually Ainsley Niles. So 6.9 for him. And let's check the severity of the Adam Armstrong injury before we get to the end of the episode. And it is a concussion. And he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. That really is annoying. He's only just got back as well from an injury. But yeah, hopefully he can come back and make another impact later on in the series. Hopefully in the next episode. So let's see what the schedule is coming up. So I think we're going to skip Bournemouth, Brighton and Man City and come back with the Palace and Leicester games. Hopefully giving us a couple of wins. But they are 2 away fixtures. Or should I do the Man City game and hope for an upset? Let's do that. Let's have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, next time on the Newcastle Takeover, we're going to beat Man City and we're going to beat Crystal Palace. So hopefully you're excited for that episode. And it looks like Adam Armstrong could be back for that game. It looks like there's an international break coming up after the Bournemouth game. So hopefully Adam Armstrong can make an impact in the next episode once again. And let's see how Maitland-Niles' form goes into that episode too. So yeah, make sure you hit the like button if you're looking forward to it and subscribe for more Football Manager 2018 content. And until next time, peace.